To our legal expert, Ivan Golde. More now on the story we've been talking about. An 18-year-old girl in Rohnert Park, allegedly texting while driving, hits and kills a little girl who's in the crosswalk with her mother. And the husband, the father, now outraged that this girl's only facing the possibility of a year in jail because it's a texting, which apparently is...
It's a wobbler.
It's a wobbler.
So this 192C of the Penal Code, vehicular manslaughter, not under the influence of alcohol.
Right.
This was speeding, not yielding at a sign, and texting. Okay, it's a wobbler. It can be charged as a felony or a misdemeanor. In this case, the district attorney's office in Rohnert Park used their discretion to charge this young lady, this 18-year-old young lady, with a misdemeanor. Because she has no criminal past, the facts of the case, she's texting, they showed her leniency, they showed her sympathy. Therefore, the case being only a misdemeanor and a wobbler, meaning it could have been a felony, but in this case, only a misdemeanor. And with a misdemeanor, the maximum you can serve is a year in the county jail. In fact, she's eligible for probation. She may serve no time and get a misdemeanor similar to a DUI or anything else, which I find, Daria and Mark, a complete outrage. I agree with the father. Somebody was killed. Somebody else was seriously injured. The laws of texting are clear. You can't text and drive. You're speeding. She should be treated no different than anyone else, and it seems like she has been.
It seems a little wacky when you're contradictory to, the cops are out in force. Texting is so bad, it's so dangerous. And yet, if you do something fatal out of the texting, then you kind of get off. I mean, seriously, they've really come after people texting.
Yes.
And then when push comes to shove,
this sets a bad precedent. The message is out. Hey, look, someone else texted someone and killed someone. Maybe texting isn't so bad after all. And you know what? If another case comes down the pike, something else comes down later, you're always going to be able to refer to this case. The criminal defense attorney will be able to refer to this case. It's a terrible precedent. And if I were that father, I would speak up and I would put pressure on the DA's office to charge this young lady with a felony. She should at least be charged with a felony. I don't understand this one at all.
Well, do the laws need to change in regards to the severity of texting while driving?
Perhaps going from a wobbler to a mandatory felony. That's something that our state legislature can take up, and that's that's something to actually consider. However, texting is a misdemeanor, but perhaps texting and when someone is killed should be a felony, and that's a good idea. I would not.
That's the question. I mean, because texting is like a distracted driver. I could be brushing my hair and instead reaching for a sippy cup in the back and have an accident. It's all distracted,
okay, but remember, there's a difference between negligence and intentional criminal act.
Right.
Her attorney, the young lady, is claiming, look, this was a negligent act. Negligence, okay? Not a criminal act. She's not a criminal. She didn't intend to kill anybody.
Right.
The message is, as a society, do we want to punish people who text? And the hundreds of thousands of people text, and this texting turns into a deadly scenario. Because when you're behind a wheel, that's like a deadly weapon. When you're not looking at that road, people are in harm's way, and texting causes that. It's just, as a society, what do we want to do?
If anything, this tragedy, I think, a reminder to everyone about what can happen if you text while driving and you're not paying attention.
Please don't text while driving.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.